generation. And that's an important part of this evening, recognizing the next generation of young women leaders. Women in leadership is not only about celebrating those who are shaping industries today, but also about investing in the students who will shape them tomorrow. And we have some of those ladies here. In honor of Mayor Frank Scarpitti, we are recognizing 5 outstanding students from Bill Crothers Secondary School. Thanks for joining us, ladies. Academic excellence and athletic achievement. So congratulations, ladies. I'd like to welcome both Brianna Stewart and Juliana Cucuto. Where are they? They're going to be helping us present the Youth Council to the stage to present the student awards. And by the way, these 2 beautiful, young, incredible young ladies here are, the next generation of CFP ladies. We've got Tony's daughter, and we've also got Sabrina's daughter. So thanks for joining us. All right. Our first student, ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate and welcome Julia Frost. She's a dedicated basketball player and emerging leader. Julia is preparing to pursue kinesiology with the goal of building a career in sports medicine. Best of luck to you. We'd like to introduce you to our next young student. Please welcome Samantha Lucas. Samantha is a 4-year soccer team captain. Samantha brings discipline and drive as she prepares to pursue a business degree in accounting. Samantha, I'm guessing you're looking forward to soccer this summer? With her, yes? World Cup soccer? All right, next we have Sofia Malatesta. Sofia is a former competitive gymnast and founder of Game for Change. Sofia will be entering the University of Ottawa's direct entry law program with a focus on advocacy and policy reform. And lastly tonight, for our students, I'm sorry, there's 2 more, my apologies. Getting ahead of myself. Please welcome Jessie Schlotzauer. Jessie is a multi-sport athlete and youth hockey mentor. She's going to be attending Brock University to study concurrent education, combining leadership in sport with leadership in the classroom. Well done. And now we have our last student. Please welcome one of the next leaders in our community, Madeline Tan. Madeline is a former competitive gymnast. She is a coach and a community volunteer, and she plans to pursue health science with aspirations in medicine and health leadership. Can we ask all of the recipients to join us on stage for a group photo? right, ladies, thank you so much. Okay. So, we have a very special guest for you tonight. I am so pleased to introduce this next guest. I have been a fan, as I'm sure many of you in this audience are, so much so that I can tell you, after watching, I even remember when the question on Family Feud Canada was, name a Canadian comic, they named Justin Bieber, and not the man standing right in front of him. But it's not because he's not brilliant on stage. I don't know if any of you have seen his Netflix comedy special. I saw it a few weeks ago. Fantastic. Who am I speaking about? I'm speaking none other than Mr. Jerry D. Please welcome Mr. D to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I gotta tell you how this came about. It's the first time I've been doing stand-up for 25 years. And this is the first time I've ever asked if I can come to an event to celebrate Michaela, but also I love Italians. And I don't get a chance to talk a lot about it at my shows, but I said it'd be so fun to just come up and talk. And then they asked if I would, present the award, so I'm honored more so to do that. So I'll talk to you a little bit about my mungie cake experience. I don't know if that's a derogatory word, but I got called it my whole life with my friends, and I just took it as endearing. I think it means eat cake. I don't know. I think that's what it means, eat cake. So I assume that's what mungie cakes do to you. We just eat a lot of cake. We don't. If that makes you feel good. I think this will be it's nice to see so many Italians, Canadian Italians. We know when the World Cup happens, that will end probably very quickly that day. I'm afraid for both countries. I'm more afraid for the Italians. I hope you get there, I really do. I am Scottish. We are there for the first time. I'm Scottish Canadian. I don't know how well we'll do either, but it's a very exciting time for Canada, and I've always appreciated, I remember back to Paolo Rossi. That was the guy when my friends were in high school. So I had to pretend I was Italian. Something that happened in my career that was very funny to me that a lot of you will get here. I've never told this, but when my show was greenlit the first day on set, I thought it was for me. You may not get this. The producer from the network was there, and my partner on the show was there. And I remember watching the two of them behind the monitors, watching the first scene that I wasn't in, and it occurred to me that the producer last name was Camiso, and my partner's last name was Volpe, and that always stuck with me. That's just the most bizarre moment for a Toronto person that grew up. So if you get that, you get that. I was recently on a trip. This is something I'm going to talk more about when I write it, but I'm going to tell you for the first time. First of all, I want to just celebrate all of the women here, because I just went on a trip with 10 Italian husbands, and I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I really don't know how you live with an Italian husband every day. I lived with 10 Italian guys. There was 2 of us, the 2 mungie cakes, again, they had to keep telling us that, and 10 Italians on a trip, on a golf trip. And I learned a lot, and I got home, I said, I gotta give it up to Italian wives, just to listen to these 10 guys. Here's what they don't like to tell a story. That bothered me. I could never tell a story. They always had a better story, and they think I gotta start my story in the middle of my story. I don't know why that is, if you all have ADHD, but as soon as I tell a story, it would trigger something to Franco or Freddie, whatever, like, oh, I got a story. I'm like, can you just wait? And I'll forget. I'm like, well, that's not how it works. You don't just decide when you tell your story. They also are never wrong. And I've never met a group of men that just were never wrong and were wrong. And it was bizarre how wrong they could be on stuff we were arguing about. And they were just wrong. And then they realize they're wrong. And all they say is, oh, yeah, you're right. There's no sorry. They should say sorry. I know they don't say sorry to you at home, ladies. So I'm telling you, they should say sorry because they're wrong an awful lot. I did grow up, I'll tell you one quick story and then I did grow up. I'm going to give you the names of the guys in my high school who I'm still friends with, some of. Here's the guys in my high school, just so you know what I went to school with. Luigi Vigilante. He's Italian. Franco LaFranco. Not a lot of effort into the first name, but he's Italian. Angelo Lastrito. We called him Lost. I don't know why. Luciano Fagioli. We called him Beans. I didn't know why. I had no idea that Fagioli was beans. And the first time I found out, I went to dinner at Luigi Vigilante's house. We had pasta. Unlike tonight, I was surprised. I'm not going to lie. I told my friend today. I said to one of the table guests, I said, my friend texted me today for lunch. I said, yeah, I don't want to have pasta, though, because I'm probably going to have pasta tonight. And you threw a curveball at me. But the first time I ever had dinner at an Italian's was Luigi Vigilante and his mother. She's passed away, but very Italian, broken English. She brought some pasta, and I was very hungry, so I ate it. And before I ate it, I said, what is this? She said, it's pasta fagioli. And I knew from Beans, my buddy, there's a good chance there was beans in the pasta. And I'm like, I don't like beans. So I told her, I don't like beans. And without skipping a beat, because you're a good liar, she said, no beans, no beans. And I didn't see beans. I really didn't. So I'm like, okay, she's probably telling the truth because I don't see the beans. And I ate it, and I loved it. And she said, you like the pasta? I said, yeah. She goes, lots of beans. I squish up at the beans. I squish up. Use their hands, because I squish up at the beans. I was full, but I didn't know there was 7 more courses coming. And the salad at the end and everything, but it was a great meal, and I'll never forget that. So, Nunzio Corrente, Tony Carnevale. We had 2 Tony Carnevales in my high school. They were first cousins, of course. I don't know why you do that. You name it after the grandfather, and now they're all the same. Their dads were both Leos. I'm like, how do you guys, this is crazy. 3 brothers, 3 cousins, Tony. Hey. But I grew up next to an Italian family, the Ricci's. I'll never forget, I was like 9 or 10 years old. We moved into this area, and I would play road hockey. And the next day, he had taken my sticks and cut them off for his tomato plants in his backyard. And that's when I knew I had Italian neighbors. And I was 9 years old, and he would put me to work, because you don't care about the age limits and the rules of child labor. You're like, he's 9, let's put him to work. Back in those days. And it was funny, because if you have Italian neighbors and you're a munja cake, they don't know your name. They don't learn it. They don't care. They just yell at. They don't even know your name. Jackie. He called me Jackie. Jackie. Jimmy. Every day I got a new name. Hey, Jimmy, you want to cut the grass? And he'd pay me. He would pay me. Always cash, of course. He would pay me. And I'll never forget, I was 9 years old, and this truck came by with the sandwiches, you know, the sandwiches that you get all, and the truck would come by our street for the workers, which I was one of, shoveling his driveway, cutting his grass. The truck would come by, and he had this thick Italian accent, and he drank 6 or 7 cups of coffee, black coffee, called it cough for short. I'll never forget the day the truck came by, and he yells at me, I'm 9, hey, Jackie, you want to go fuck off? And I froze, and I was terrified because I wasn't allowed to swear, and he didn't know what it said. He goes, you want to go fuck off? You want me to go fuck off? I'm like, I think you should stop swearing. I'm 9 years old. The funniest thing ever is if you work for an Italian, they fire you every day but forget. That was always my most confusing thing. Every day he'd fire me. Hey, Jackie, yesterday, you not cut the grass in a straight line. I know I say yesterday you fight, but today you fight for sure. For sure, Jackie, go home, don't come back. You want to go for coffee? See you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. I'll be here. It's a great honor for me to present this award tonight. I met this woman in my career after Mr. D. I got a phone call, an amazing phone call, another phone call that would change my life, to be the host of Family Feud Canada. And she was a big reason for that happening. I'm forever grateful for that. So it is my honor on behalf of CIBPA Toronto to introduce you to your 2026 Woman of the Year. Woman of the Year. As head of Fremantle, Canada, the Canadian office, Michaela leads the development and growth of internationally recognized content across English and French Canada, including Canada's Got Talent, Family Feud Canada, The Price is Right Tonight, and Project Runway Canada. She has also championed and executive produced acclaimed scripted productions such as Little Bird and Sullivan's Crossing, both earning Canadian Screen Award recognition. It is my honor to introduce and welcome and congratulate my friend, Michaela Demando.
Why, hello there!
This is something absolutely brilliant.
It's about the art of living.
Vous allez vivre une expérience incroyable.
Let's play Match Game!
Ed io mi farò trovare pronto.
You can do whatever you want.
Nada es imposible.
Check it out!
It just opened my eyes to a whole new world.
Nothing can go wrong, right?
This is the wildest thing I've ever seen on stage.
One of the best moments in my life.
Che conquisterà milioni di cuori. Tout a un sens.
Välkommen till paradiset.
Isn't it wonderful?
I don't think they realize this year's nominee is like not even 5 foot tall, so if you can't, I'm gonna try my best. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for being here tonight. I've truly been awestruck by the remarkable women in our community. I am deeply humbled to be recognized alongside you. To be named Women of the Year by the Canadian Italian Business and Professional Association is an honor I will carry with immense pride and with responsibility. Cibpa is such a powerful example of what community can do. It reminds us that celebrating our roots is not about looking backwards. It's about drawing strength from where we come from so we can build even further ahead. Thank you for believing in me. I promise to be a proud steward of this community and its values. Awards can feel personal, but in our culture, success is never solo. Tonight, I would be remiss not to acknowledge the incredible clients and colleagues here tonight. I'm so lucky to work with so many of you. One of you, well, drives me nuts. But that's a whole other mini drama. The team I get to lead is the best in the business. They truly are the backbone of Fremantle's success. In fact, the head of Fremantle North America flew in from the US to celebrate tonight. Lisa Honig is a true trailblazer and mentor, and I'm fortunate to learn from her every day. She knows I don't cry, and I have my parents coming up next, so hold the phone. For anyone wondering about my heritage, my full name is Michela Santa di Mondo. There were clues. There were clues. Interestingly, my worlds are colliding tonight. My colleagues and family are in the same room. Most of my life, though, I actually didn't go by Michela. On my first day of kindergarten in well, none of your business, my teacher gently informed my mother that Michela might be too difficult to pronounce and that Michelle would be more suitable because we are in Canada. My mother, not wanting to offend the country that welcomed her, agreed, but never officially changed it. So through all of my school years, I became Michelle Demondo. A small moment, but a powerful lesson about identity. Years later, when I asked my mom about it, she told me something that stayed with me. You can be called many names, but you choose who you are. As I started my career, I proudly reclaimed the name my parents gave me. I'm named after my father, and I could not be more honored to be called Michela. My parents are the foundation of everything that I am. My drive, my values, my love of our heritage, they are both technically retired, but let's be honest, Italian parents never retire. When I told them I wasn't going into law, medicine, or teaching, but television, I'm pretty sure there was a silent moment of prayer. A rosaria for sure. Television, madai. But to their credit, they trusted the foundation they built in us. Hard work, perseverance, and integrity. We had one television in our house, 8 people, 1 TV. We watched everything together. It was central of family debate, discussion, and occasionally dramatic commentary. Shows like Who's the Boss were practically part of the family. Tony Danza was basically an honorary cousin. Years later, working at Sony and really helping to bring that show back on air was truly a full circle moment. Both of my parents are from Basilicata, Italy, a region without a coastline, but filled with breathtaking landscapes and resilient people. It is a place built on strength and heart. We still have both our childhood homes, a reminder of where it all began. My father immigrated to Brooklyn as a child. One of 8 children, he was one of the first to find work, starting a pizzeria. By 19, he owned his own pizzeria, restaurant, and grocery store, working with his family while putting himself through school. Later, he moved into commercial real estate and eventually made the courageous decision to build a new life in Canada, choosing opportunity and integrity over easier paths. Think Brooklyn in the 1970s. You can fill in the blanks. My mother made her own extraordinary leap. She left her entire family in Italy to marry my father without speaking a word of English. She learned the language, educated herself, and built a successful home business. At a time when women were expected to just stay home and raise 4 children while caring full-time for my grandfather, grace under pressure is an understatement. It is the greatest privilege of my life to be the daughter of Michela and Rosetta Di Mondo. My siblings, yes, damn it, yes! My brother is taping this for my parents tonight, who couldn't be here, unfortunately, so cheers to them for sure. My siblings, Carmela, Maria, and Dominic, are added examples of how my own parents built us strong and entrepreneurial, and I'm so proud to lean on them. Professionally, I have been blessed to work on shows that shape cultural conversations. But some of my proudest moments have been bringing Italian programming to Canadian audiences. Hearing my mother call to ask, "Did you call TLN? What's happening with C'è posto per te?" That's truly success. My husband Eugenio and our daughter Isabella are my compass. They remind me of what matters most is the work we do to bring families together. Bella has already logged over 400 days on Duolingo to perfect her Italian. So I know this community is in good hands. She is the only person who constantly out-negotiates me. My credit card and Sephora can confirm. I stand on the shoulders of those who sacrificed before me. Italian-Canadian culture has always been built on strong women. Women who led families, businesses, and communities, often without professional recognition. That is why what Cibpa does matters so deeply. May we continue to honor where we come from, not only with pride, but with the idea of widening the path for those coming next. Grazie.
All right, everyone. We have come to the end of our program tonight. Did you all enjoy yourself? I sure had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. I want to thank you so much for, there's a large room, but I really do appreciate, and I'm sure all the recipients and guests as well, that the attention that you gave us. Once again, as we're getting ready to close out, I want to once again thank the 15 recipients from last year joining us, the new 12 recipients from this year, and our student recipients, and of course, the star of the show as well joining us. Thank you so much for winning Woman of the Year. And to all the women in this room tonight, we thank you so much for joining us. We also want to mention a couple of last minute things, that the next event on Monday, June 29th is at the Lionhead Golf Club. I'm going to learn how to golf, Christina. I will learn, or I'll pretend to anyway. On behalf of the CIBP of Toronto, we want to thank all of you. We want to thank our sponsors, our partners, our volunteers, for everyone who has made tonight's possible and special. Enjoy dessert and take this opportunity to connect with our honorees. We will see you again next year for Women of the Year, Women of Leadership in 2027. Have a great night. And we just want to make a presentation for Estefania and Mia, who have been so lovely tonight. They have really helped put the night together. Where's Mia and Estefania? The behind the scenes ladies, guys, the behind the scenes who make magic happen. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great... And thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Have a good night, everyone. Drive safe.
There's networking at the back.
And there's networking and ice cream, dessert,
at the back.
networking. We'll meet you out in the back. Thank you so much.